photo sequence start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, hello there. Welcome, my fellow lovers of language and libations, to another installment of Canned Conversation. My name is Andrew. With me, as always, my good friend Steven.
Good freaking evening.
Let's unmute
You gotta unmute me, dude. What is it, amateur hour?
Yes, all the mics have gone live except for yours.
Good evening, sir.
Tell me, my friend, how can you tell if someone is a devout Christian? Give up?
I give up.
They don't believe it to be a crucifixion. They know it to be a crucifact.
Wow.
You like that one?
I do. That's
right.
nice.
As you can tell by that cleverly worded joke, we're near Easter.
Sure.
So we're not really going to claim this is a full Easter show.
No.
But we're going to have some, we're going to be Easter adjacent.
We are definitely Easter adjacent.
Have some Easter themage around.
Cool.
So yeah, that was my first attempt at that. And that's one of my favorites. I don't know. I've heard that one. I've told my family that one a couple times.
It's a crucifact.
I've been trying to really hone in on how to word it, and I think that one is a good one.
Cool.
All right. So let's, obviously we need a can.
Duh.
So as is our sacred pastime, one of us
Sacred.
brings a new, unique, or rare canned beverage to try. And while we quench our thirst, we will do our very best to give your brain some humorous food to chew upon. Today's being whatever Steven is deciding to talk
just
about.
random crap for Easter.
Right. He was like, when I think of Easter, I think of this.
Of wishes.
Of wishes. If wishes were
No.
something, unicorns and fairy, and yeah. So there's a saying in there. Later in the show, we're going to come back and review and rate said canned beverage and let you know if you should try it while counting out the number of found Easter eggs and trying to remember how many there were total before the Easter bunny hid them. You've done that before, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
When you're standing there on Easter morning and you're like,
we hid 22.
All right, kids.
You got to find them.
The Easter bunny
That's what I said.
hid out. We know how many we had. And
We know how many he had.
yes.
Or she.
Right. I think it's gender neutral.
It is. They.
Just bunny.
However many they had,
Right.
they hid.
Yes.
And I know that was 24.
Right. And we have
And
22.
now you only have 22.
Yeah.
You need to keep looking.
Right, we got a problem, kids.
Yep.
And that problem's only going to get worse over time.
Because I don't know where they hid them.
And it's going to start to smell. All right.
Yep. It is.
All right. So this is the thing that we do before we have a can.
Charlie, trick or treat. You know that Easter vacation trip we had planned for Acapulco? Uh-oh. Well, I was thinking there might be a slight change in destination.
Really?
Maybe say the moon.
Maybe say
The moon.
the moon. All right. So, as is our newer tradition, in the last, 20 episodes or so, we make you, Mr. Steven, guess the movie quote that came from.
Steven doesn't know that one. I don't even have a guess. I have no idea. I've never seen that movie.
Now, on the last episode, you guessed accidentally almost by just naming the most popular old movie you knew.
I guessed correctly is what you meant to say. On
Yes.
purpose, like a boss.
And
This one I'm going to incorrectly guess.
no, hold on. So that one you knew was old, and you guessed correctly based on, you're like, here's an old movie.
Okay, you're going to give me hints?
Well, he said the moon. So, number one, do you recognize the voice?
No.
Okay. And
Fly Me to the Moon. That's a Frank Sinatra song.
right. Yes, that is not it. Sorry. So maybe another space movie, and I'll give you one hint that was Tom Hanks that was saying that line. Tom Hanks space movie.
I don't know. I don't
12
watch.
came before it.
Apollo 11.
13.
13. That's what I meant.
Excellent
Came
guess.
before it.
Yes.
Oh, great. I hate the movies.
He was like, oh, the first 12 did okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign up. My agent will let you know.
Great.
So, what do we have on tap in a
Well-
can that's not really on tap?
It's not on tap. It's because that's our shtick is that we don't have on tap things, right? We have things that are in cans. And this is called Steel Reserve Alloy Series Hard Pineapple 8.0% alcohol by volume. And it is a giant. So I felt like we hadn't had a giant can in a while, but we have.
Yeah,
so
this is giant.
this is a 24 ouncer. This is a 2x4. So yeah, it's a big boy. It is. I don't even know what it is, but it's brewed. I mean, like literally,
Here's what it is. I don't even know what it is.
here's what it is. It's brewed with extra gravity.
Yeah, so these gravity beers. So you and I,
Yeah,
we fancy ourselves
We
a
do.
bit of aficionados on certain beers, but then there's ones that are sort of on the fringe.
This
Ice
is a fringe.
beers, gravity beer, high gravity beers.
I bought this because it was on the fringe.
yes,
Is it fringy?
And these are
is it fringy enough for you?
And these are the buy by the ones, right?
Oh yeah,
The single,
Yeah.
single
24 ounces
Right,
you buy by the ones.
right. It may have been like $1.29, and they ask you if you want a paper bag sleeve.
I should have got paper bags for all of these. Yeah, this is not. Yeah. Anyway,
hard
so-
pineapple, not just pineapple.
It's hard
This is a
pineapple.
hard pineapple because it's the extra gravity
Agreed.
is in this thing. So I've had a few of the high gravity beers, just one or two, and let's hope these turn out to be better.
These are gonna be great.
Yes, because we like pineapple.
And I said,
Pineapples are great.
And I said to you, I'm bringing random stuff. So what should we talk about for Easter? And you're like, how about wishes? And I go, how about change? And somehow we ended up with, what if Jesus granted wishes?
Yes,
Right? Is that how we ended up here?
yes. What if Jesus granted wishes that you could modify things in your past
Right. So it's again,
or future? I don't know. I'll let you do it.
no, it's all. Yeah, we should explore that. I don't know. So we're gonna start with Easter adjacent. What if Jesus? Forget what Easter's about. What if Easter was about Jesus granting wishes?
Yes, because just to make sure that we're all caught up, we covered all of the fun Easter traditions and what they all mean in our last Easter episode.
Yeah, go watch that.
or listen.
Oh, we didn't do YouTube back then, did we?
Yeah, we weren't doing video.
Oh well, then listen
back
to
then.
that and imagine what it looks like.
You're right. And so we covered kind of all that. We didn't want to redo the same show
Yeah.
for Easter. So we thought, we'll refer you back and we'll do this. Then we're going to eat some candy later on while we play a game.
Yeah.
Not so good candy. Maybe candy that's gross if we get stuff wrong. If
Who
we
knows?
get questions wrong.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about Jesus granting wishes for the first half. We'll rate a beer and then we'll come back for games.
yeah.
Sound good?
Perfect.
And we don't have to always eat what looks to be some really nasty crap over here, but for candy, Easter candy, but potentially we could. We can do whatever. So talk to me about if Jesus granted you wishes to change anything in your career, would you do it?
In my career,
We're going to start easy.
Yeah.
I feel like easy
Yeah.
is, let's start
Sure.
with easy. Jesus said, I've come back. You've rubbed my Jesus lamp. I've come out. You get you get one wish. It's I can change anything in your career. Would you take it?
So what's interesting is I've been thinking a lot about my career lately. Right, because I've been with the same company for a long
time.
But I've done a lot of different jobs,
Yeah.
or I should say, been in a lot of organizations,
Right.
within the company. So it almost feels like I've been in multiple. But I'm nearing milestones in my career. Right, as you get older, you're like, oh well. At a certain point, I'm going to be retirement eligible, at least from this potential
Sure.
company. And you and I have talked about some of our career path things. Well, I went back and I redid my resume, because I'm like, I need to update it. I haven't updated it in a couple years. And I was like, I did that thing where it's like, do I really think I'm where I need to be? And it's funny. I think I am to a certain extent. Now as a where I'm at, there's one more level. There's one more thing that I would like to try to get to.
Okay.
Which isn't like, I'm not going to be the president.
You're not
I'm
like
not going to be the
CEO.
CEO.
It's just from here to CEO, and then I'm done.
I want one more sort of stepping block. And then I feel like that's where I would shine for the rest or for whatever I do at this company.
Okay.
And whatever future I have. And you and I have talked about it. The big reason is I value my time away from work, and I've seen what some of the executives, their work-life balance is not something that I strive to achieve.
Right.
So
you want that? What would
so it was a
Jesus
fun
grant you?
process. I recommend it to everybody. Go back and if you haven't re-upped your resume, or just go back and take a couple hours and just like kind of think through your resume and go, do I feel good? Am I going to post this anywhere? I'm not putting that on LinkedIn, right? I'm not actively looking for a new job, but I want to see what I wrote back a couple years ago. Does that still pertain? Do I feel like the things that I'm doing still are relevant? I think it's a good mirror of self-reflection of like, do you still like your job? Because you're reading what you wrote 2 years ago.
What would you ask Jesus for? For the love of all things
more
holy.
money.
Would you
always
say
think more
change
money.
this, or would you say I want this before I've got a career that's only going to be 3 to 5 years more? This is what I want. Make that happen, Jesus.
I just want to not. My wish would be, dear Jesus, please allow for me to get to retirement at my current company without the threat of layoff. Through no issue of my own. I mean, if I come up with something, if I figure out a reason to get fired on my own account, whatever. But I just don't want to be laid off as part of a larger, just, hey, all these people are laid off, and you were really close to making
3 days before you
qualifying
retired, they're like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to let you go.
Right.
Okay. So you would just ask Jesus for, please let me pass.
Job security for 3 more years.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of retirement, I fear no evil, because thou art with me, thy retirement package and my staff.
That is probably the best thing I've heard all day. I love it.
Perfect.
That is awesome.
Okay, great. So
you?
So mine, I should have thought about these beforehand. No. So I've felt like I've gone through some bad parts of my career that I wouldn't change. I wouldn't ask anybody, especially Jesus. I'm like, hey, I know you've got limited time.
bigger
on your
problems
hands.
on your hands.
Yeah, this is not a big deal. I don't think I'd ask him to change anything in my career. I'm okay where I'm at. I've learned a lot because of where I went. Some of it was a couple years of badness. I could live through that. So, but yeah, I don't think I'd ask him to change anything. Like, hey, go find somebody else who needs help. I'm good for now.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. So second rub of the genie lamp, the Jesus lamp, right? So you rub the lamp and Jesus comes out. And you go, hey, Jesus is like, hey, this time you only get one change. I can change one thing in your marriage. What would it be?
One thing to change in my marriage.
Yep.
Oh, this is a sort of it's not a loaded question, I wouldn't say, but it's
it's heavily loaded.
Right. I feel like this is on your weekly survey. That you give to your wife.
I just started weekly surveys earlier, but you keep going.
And you're like, if there's one thing, wife, what would you change? I would make the change to myself to be more touch compatible.
Jesus Christ, is like a software update. It's like Andrew 2.6 is touch compatible.
All right. I am
Awesome.
My touch screen doesn't work real well.
Not always, yeah.
It always wonders why you're touching it.
Right.
If
It's like, hey, I could do with voice commands.
Right. Like if my wife were to come up and start to give me a hug, I'm like, oh, what's happening? What's wrong? Like, what's going on? Right. Rather than just embracing the moment figuratively and literally and embracing her.
Just going, I understand. Right. I don't have to understand what's going on in your head to understand that you need you need the experience of touch right now. Great.
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
Right. My internal reactions of people coming towards me to touch me are naturally questioning, and I need to suppress that a little bit more, especially with my own wife. Like, just go, okay, because that's, I think, sort of more her language, you know, of how to coexist, and she wishes, I'm sure, that I would be better at that.
You would upgrade your touch software. I don't think that's a bad idea. So
compatibility upgrade.
Compatibility upgrade. Touch compatibility upgrade. I think I would. If Jesus said, "Hey, I can fix one thing in your marriage," I think way earlier on, I would have gone. I would have had the change made that I could actually. We would actually connect at a more deep level versus it took us a long time to figure out how to connect, like how to go on date night and actually be honest with each other. We were both, and I feel like I was into myself, how everything made me feel. And it took me literally years to figure out
there was another person.
There's another person in this that is equally pissed off about how they feel. Right. Like,
right on.
Like we started young. I mean, you know this story, but like, so we started young and we just weren't emotionally equipped to be dealing with each other. We were barely emotionally equipped to be dealing with ourselves and a child at the time. Yeah. Right. So I think it took us a lot longer to figure out you probably need to be dealing with each other at a very honest level and just go, this is where I'm at. Where are you at? And be okay with that. It took us probably 8 or 10 years to get there, which is a long time. We've been married for 27 years. So, almost half our marriage was dealt with. We were being probably pretty self-centered or inward focused.
Or you were.
I was. Yeah, I'm not putting that on her. Jesus is going to have to fix her on his own. Awesome. All right, so next rub. Jesus' lamp is like, oh, what's next? And so you rub it, and Jesus comes out, and he's like, hey.
Or you pray, like to those people that may do that, instead of just rubbing a lamp.
If you don't have a Jesus lamp, then you're going to have to pray. But Jesus comes out, it's like, hey, I can fix one thing. I can change one thing about your country. What would you change?
About my country?
Yep. The country that you live in and love.
Yes.
Dearly.
Man. Woof.
That is too deep.
No, it's not too deep. I mean, it's too broad. It's huge.
Yeah.
But there's some really good answers, and
you're not going to have any of them, are you?
I just think it's there's really big things, and to try to prioritize them. That's the tough one, right? Because we have some big.
You only get one. Right. That sucks, right? Like you have to prioritize.
And without getting too deep into the weeds, I would just say fix how our children are not safe at schools.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Adults cause a lot of the other problems.
Yep.
So we can, we'll always have that, but we have a lot of problem with keeping our children safe at schools, and it's just so prevalent that it's sad. But
and it constantly happens, and constantly nothing else, nothing changes, and it just continuously. You're like, oh,
we kind of get used to it.
Yeah, more kids died. That sucks.
And it's sad that on one of the most recent shootings that we had, they had released some of the video. And I was sitting there sort of applauding the fact, I'm like, this person's walking through halls and there's no one around. And the reason for that, though, is because they've had to go through drills. They've had to go through this whole thing of we're going to take time out of our... Right. And they executed it very well. I mean...
But still...
It's sad that I got to go. The body count was pretty low on this, so that's good.
Still 6, right?
It's but I mean, it's so terrible to say, but it could have been... way more.
Yeah, it could have been 100.
And the police response was super fast. I mean, it was within 10, 12 minutes. So, but it's sad that we got to say we're getting better at
controlling death.
Dealing
that's dumb.
With something that I would just wish for Jesus to take away.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to assume.
That was a bit, I'm just saying it's deep. It's sort of sad.
I felt like you almost got dust in your eye on that one.
Dust in the wind.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that you had already talk to Jesus about this, and I'm going to and fix that.
You're right.
Right. So that's not a problem of mine anymore because that's fixed.
Mm-hmm. So you have your own.
I have my own. And so I'm going to, the way that we incent incentivize public service. I don't like. And I mean that in a way that says, I want you, if you are going to be a congressman, a representative, or whatever, if you're going to be appointed by the people, I want you to serve the people. And I don't want you to serve any special interest. I don't want you to serve some sort of PAC. I don't want you to serve some sort of lobbyist. I would have him change that and just go, you really have a term in which you can go make a difference as an individual that represents the greater good of everybody that comes from the community that you came from. I want that to be an honest, I want that to be an honest answer from them, and not just go, you serve a gun lobby or a whatever lobby or it doesn't feel like anybody represents us anymore. And
or you're not just on Team A, so Team A's rules apply.
I want you to go work with whoever you need to work with to represent me because you came from the area that I came from, and you understand my values and my, what I hold dear and what I value in the part of the country that you came from. Great, go represent that correctly and work with whoever you need to make sure that that's represented fairly inside of our greater nation. And then when you're done with that, there should be a term. You come home and you go back to work and you earn an honest day's living like everybody else here.
Yeah.
So I would have him fix
you
that
deal
system.
with because really, if you go back to work, then you're dealing with some of the things you may have already put in place because you're having to do that. Completely agree. Because it seems like it's a game.
Yeah.
More so, and it's at us versus them, and it's a power struggle.
And we've lost control of that. Like, we're so far removed from where we could fix it. It's bad. All right, so you're on your fourth rub of this lamp, and you finally get to, Jesus pops out. It's like, hey, I can change one thing about raising kids. What would it be? Go.
Raising kids.
Raising kids.
So I got a one out of the way. I don't want them to fear at school.
They can be at school now easily, so you're good on that.
This is a really interesting one. My own personal take would be, if I could change myself, like if I said, hey, and I'm praying, and I say, please, Jesus, let me go back. And if I could change sort of or alter one thing, it would be, I think I would push harder for the love of school or the love of learning. Because I think learning sort of gets a bad rap because school is not, it's not great, but it's not 100% broken. I hate when people are like, our education system's just a wreck. Well, okay, there's a lot of good stuff going on in our education systems, and a lot of teachers are put their heart and soul into trying to make it as good as possible, right? And so, there are things that are bad about our education system, but for whatever reason, I think that narrative sort of kind of gets, number one, kids kind of like to grab onto it, right? Because
it's easy to go, school sucks, so I don't care.
Right. I want to have had them love learning like I love learning now. And I wish and I don't think I did a good enough job because if they go, I hate math, because I love math now. I mean, I don't even know if I loved math when I was younger, but I just loved that I could get to a right answer. Like some of the other topics in school would be like, tell me what you feel about this, poem in English class, and that's not, I can't get to a right or wrong. So for me, figuring out math was a puzzle. It was fun when I got to the right answer. I liked to know the steps. I hated magic math when people just go, oh, just do this formula and it just works.
Yeah, and then something magic comes out of the black box at the end, and you're
I'm like, no, how does it work? And
I
I credit a lot of that to my father, my stepdad, who I consider my father, because he was a math major. He loved math. He would walk me through it, and it was great. So I don't know that, and he's not my favorite teacher. So it's not like I can go, well, he was a great teacher because, he was very...
Right. He was structured.
Right.
He's a structured guy.
And he wasn't like, let's make this fun, like with imagination and pets or something. No.
Right.
It was like,
he wasn't doing sock puppets for math, and you're like, I love this.
He's like, we have a pencil and it has an eraser for a reason because it's okay to get things wrong. and you can erase. So that's good. So you have a pencil with an eraser and paper. Let's do it. And so, but I love math. I love learning. I love documentaries that teach me new things every day. And sometimes I just like my kids have sometimes an aversion to school because they think that, education is this sort of bad thing. And I don't know if that's just nature for kids. But somehow I wish I could turn that around. I would push more to go, dude, let's make it, let's love it. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I think you're on something that I was on that resonated with me real quick, which was learning. So I would ask for just learning is good, but I would extend on that and say risk and failure is not only an option, but it's good. Like I need you to understand that you don't grow unless you extend yourself to the point which you're uncomfortable to learn something and fail at it a couple times to learn it. Like you don't have to know everything. Like I really wish somebody would have probably told me that when I was younger. I felt a lot of pressure to, you have to be right. This is a test. You have to get it 100%. No, you don't. Like you can fail a lot. Like life is like, I failed a lot in my career. We talked about it on earlier episodes, right? I wish I would have taught my kids. I wish that my kids understood more that life is about failing, learning, picking yourself back up and going and doing it again and going, okay, what did I learn that time? Great. I'm not going to do that again. That was dumb. And then you just move on. Like not going, oh, failure's horrible. I shouldn't try it. The lack of trying is where you stop learning. And so I think a lot of times at least my kids, I wish I would have like bred that into them. Just, you're going to fail 1,000 times and it's perfectly okay. Go. Just run as fast as you can. And don't worry about if you hit a bunch of walls in the process, get your butt up and keep learning, like keep going after it versus feeling like you failed. If you get a 50% on a test, I don't care. What did you learn? How do you move forward? Go. Like that's how life works.
Yeah. But you know, what's interesting, and this is probably, it's a broader topic, probably. We won't necessarily get into all the weeds of it, but like, I think that's almost not even an individual thing as opposed to, it seems like a lot of parents right now is that, failure isn't something that you want for your kids. Yeah. So you're standing behind them, propping them up.
Yeah.
And when a failure happens, you're like, it's okay. We'll figure this out. And then like you're overcoming the failure for them.
Yeah, no.
And you're lawn mowing, that's that lawnmower parent kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, you don't have to, did you hit that microphone again?
I did.
I'm going to call you out right now here on live. Wait, I've been other episodes.
I've kicked it,
and I just go through it, and you're like, I really need to stop hitting this microphone. So I apologize for those to those.
Sorry,
people
listeners. I'm an amateur.
Blam!
Yeah, I completely kicked it. I can't help it.
Headbutted with your mouth.
I kicked it with my foot.
It looked like you.
No. I wouldn't mouth it, but I'm not French kissing this thing. I'm trying to move my feet around because I'm antsy, and that's how I work. Me.
So I just think I think it's systemic right now of sort of society and how parenting is going right now. That just there's a lot of I don't want Sally to fail or little Jerry. I don't want to be specific about girls. So little Sally or little Jerry, something happens, and you don't let them get burned a few times by failure to learn the lesson. You're constantly trying to remove the hurdles and or help them get over them. And it's sort of doing an injustice, I think, for kids.
100% agree. I wish I was more like the turtle on Finding Nemo. Do you remember the turtle dad that's like, oh, little
Crush, right?
Crush left,
right.
Like he got sucked out of the...
Hey, little man.
Yeah, and he got sucked out, and they're like, hey, hold on. Let's just see what happens. He'll be fine. And he finds his way back in. You're like,
right.
Nice job, buddy. Way to work it out. Like that is the instinct of a parent is to protect and not let something bad happen. But you got to let failure happen. Like I wish I would have known that better, or I wish, I could instill that into my kids. It's just, it's okay. You're going to fail. I'm cool with it. I'm going to be cool with it because you're going to show me how you get back up and you go after it again.
And celebrate the learning from it.
Yeah. It's all good. Okay, what do you want to do here?
What do you want to do?
You want to rate Steel Reserve? You want to talk to?
This
You want
is
to talk
your
to
party, man.
You
I'm
want to talk
just-
to? You want to rub the Jesus lamp again?
This is your Easter party. Let's do one more rub.
All right, so you rub the Jesus lamp again, and this one's going to be good. And he's like, "What would you change about religion?" He's like, I can change one thing. It's Jesus." And
Right.
he's like, "Hey,
Right.
it's kind of jaded on there, slanted on this one, but he's like, I could change one thing about religion. What would it be?"
Wow. That's really good because, I think, I'm not, we've talked about religion, right? We had an entire episode, losing my religion. I don't remember the number, but I remember the title.
Yep.
We didn't pull any punches.
No.
I think we were fair to about some of the good things that religion can be or strive to be. And then there's some definite things that they need to work on. I think they're losing customers, faster than they're gaining them. And I think it's because there's some real aversion to change.
Yep.
And holding on to some traditions of the past that don't seem to make a lot of sense, but the older people are in charge, and it's it was that way when I was a kid, so it's going to be that way when you're a kid, and that's sort of a turnoff even to people my age. But I've gone to a couple churches that are a little bit more
Aggressive.
Yeah, and they've made it more relaxed and inviting, less rule based.
So you'd say, "Hey, Jesus."
So I would say less rules,
release some of the rules.
way less rules.
Okay.
About feeling like that as being a part of an organization means that I have to ostracize people that I don't agree with.
Right.
Who I think.
So I have to separate myself
Right.
from society.
Like you're this, you do this, so you're going to hell, which means I probably shouldn't be hanging out with you.
Right.
That right there automatically
wrong.
causes me angst
Yep.
of going, I have no idea. I don't know. I want you to be a free person that lives your own life and has your own ideals, has your own beliefs. If you go to your heaven, whatever that looks like, if I go to my, none of us knows the actual true and correct 100% answer because no one's died, been there, and come back, other than Jesus himself, which is Easter. I just brought it full circle.
You did. Is it on me now?
So I would just say, did I make my point of less rule based? More like, hey, come, let's be a celebration.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate and make a community and celebrate the community in that nature. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm going to agree partially with you, but if I've got Jesus's ear for a minute and I'm like, "Hey, I got one thing I need you to fix."
You're going to be more specific?
Well, it's transparency in that I'm actually literally asking Jesus to make religion more transparent. So I apparently no longer am a believer, but I'm a factual knower because I'm talking to Jesus out of the lamp, which in that case, I'm like, "Hey, I need religions in general to be transparent about we believe this, not that we think we're always 100% right. We think there's room for other things in the world, and that you can't just go, I'm right because I believe something with little to no to some odd proof, when you can tell me you think you're right with little to some or no odd proof, and I think you're stupid and wrong." And I have to so I'm very similar in that, but I just want people to go, you have to realize you're like, the human population here is a relatively new phenomenon in the span of what we believe to be the entire life cycle
Right.
of our Earth.
Right. Unless you're a diehard Bible, 2,000 years.
4,000-year-old Earth,
Right.
or 6,000-year-old Earth, whatever that is. Yeah. In which case you're just dumb and wrong. And I don't mean to be offensive, but you're dumb and wrong. So I'm just kidding, but not really. but just understanding that belief in something greater may be something that you acquire over time, and that you can be, You can be empathetic to others. You can be accepting of others. And you can also be open-minded and go, I'm here on my journey to this, and I believe, great. You're not here on your journey to this. That doesn't mean you're going to hell. It means you're in a different place in a different journey. It doesn't mean you're wrong. Like, just the freaking judging that comes out of religion right now is ridiculous. It pisses. It's the one thing that turns me off from religion.
Right.
It pisses me off. Is, you know, well, I'm Catholic and I believe this, and you don't, so you're dumb. Shut up. Like, you're. So I watched a Ricky Gervais thing, right? And he's atheist. And he's like, you know, you believe in your God, great. Is your God Zeus? And you're like, no. Is your God any of the Hindi gods? And he's like, you're like, no. And you're like, okay, so you believe in your God. They believe in that God. Somebody else believes in this God. I just believe in one less God than any of you three people. You all believe in different gods. I just believe in one less of them, right? It's like, why do you judge me? So just less judgment and more acceptance of you're in a different place in your journey. All good. And that I only believe what I believe because I have certain facts in front of me, and I make up the rest. You're in a different place because you have certain facts in front of you, and you make up the rest to make your story. All good. I'm okay with that. I can be okay with that. I don't have to judge you for that. Okay. You're good? Thanks, Jesus.
No, I think we are. I mean, like, feel like you got it out.
Do you feel like I purged
it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ready to rate some beers or whatever this thing is? Jimmy
It is a hard pineapple. It is a beer.
Is it?
It's a high gravity reserve.
Where does it say beer on here?
My favorite is it's part of the Alloy series.
Well, I agree. There's it's a long racing. It feels like a racing beer or something.
And it
Alloy?
says 211 on the side, sort of in.
I don't know what this is. It never says the word beer. I don't know where you're getting beer from.
It says brewed, and you got to brew a beer, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you have to brew coffee too, but it's not coffee.
Oh, that's true. All my coffee has alcohol in it.
Mine too.
It's the Steel Brewing Company. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see beer on here.
I don't either.
It's a maybe a hard cocktail then.
I really don't know what it is. I don't know how you categorize it.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
normally you can
categorize this
see
as
where-
a beer?
Yeah, normally you can see where it'll say like
It's going to be a lager or an ale
made
or
wi-
something.
Yeah, something with flavoring, or if it
No.
says it's okay.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, well, it has ingredients: water, corn syrup,
Yes.
barley, malt, yeast, hop extract. That all sounds like beer stuff.
That sounds like malted beverage. Like,
It's yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. So they
Okay,
they
it's a
they made a
malted
malted beverage and then put hard pineapples in it.
all right. I have to go first, don't I?
You don't have to. I mean, we're malleable on this show.
We are.
But it's usually good for the person who brought it because it's kind of fun to see what they think of their own.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be rough when I bought it. However, it's not as rough as I thought it was going to be. So I say that with, it's real sweet.
Yeah.
And I like sweet. And for me to say it's real sweet is saying it's pretty sweet. And so for an alcohol, I don't think I really want my alcohol to be that sweet. I like a good sweet margarita, but I'll only drink one if it's real sweet. This is one of those things where if it was 12 ounces, I would drink one of them and probably not drink 2 or 3 more, just because that syrupy taste gets kind of into your stomach and you're like, that's a lot of sweet. I'm stuck on this. It's super pineapple-y and
Yes.
and super sweetie. I don't taste any beer in it at all. It's just syrupy
Yeah,
sweet.
hard
So yeah.
pineapple.
So I'm gonna go with it's a 2 for me.
All right.
I was struggling with that one, but yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2 because it's a lot. For one, it's 24 ounces. For 2, it's a lot of sweet.
All right.
Where are you at?
Okay. So hang with me for just a minute because I'm going to blow this up to larger than just this beer.
Oh God.
This is not just a can of alcohol. This is a lifestyle. Okay. So you have this giant steel reserve.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're in the lifestyle that is going to buy a bunch of these, you are a certain kind of person.
Homeless.
No.
Oh.
You're sort of a bad MFer kind of person who is into like it's pineapple on this. I'm gonna put this in my cart, maybe turn it upside down. I'm a swinger too. On top of this, like like I'm a certain kind of person that puts a bunch of these in their cart and walks around like I own the place.
You're showing this stuff off. Like you're putting this in your cart to show off.
Right, and you're hoping that other swingers notice it.
You think this is a sign
and want to come over,
swingers.
drink 4 or 5 of these things, get into a happy place, and just have an orgy.
Okay.
And then,
with
no regards.
100% could see that. Is that we're having a steel reserve party and people know what that means in quotes.
I'm bringing the pineapple.
I'm bringing the pineapple, and people are like, "Oh no, it's one of those nights." And you're like, "Yeah, it is." And then they come over with a couple couples, right? Like, and they're like, "Yeah, it's time for swinging."
And they bring their own steel reserve of whatever.
Yeah,
like I don't know if there's multiple.
And you could pour all this crap into a punch bowl and just have it as one big mixed drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then play some games to get you.
This really went south on us quick.
This
is a swingers beer or swingers.
I said lifestyle because
I'm sorry, lifestyle beer.
Swingers just one part of it, right? I mean, there's also
what's the other part of the lifestyle?
Whatever comes along with that. Like I don't know. I picture like leather jackets,
venereal diseases, and
man, don't kink shame.
Oh,
I mean, you don't get just disease because you might swing.
Okay.
I'm not saying
this
I
is
do
an
that,
Easter
just
episode.
saying that's true. Okay, that's true. Right. So I can't believe you actually brought this. This is well outside of what.
I wish
Father John at St. Stephen's would have approved of.
Great.
But
all right, so
no, just look at this.
It's a lifestyle choice.
This is like like I'm banging, man. Like just I don't know. I'm just just the words that come to my
you're a
mind.
5.
No, because I can't hang with that, right? Like I go to the
4?
grocery store, and if a swinger came up to me, I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my
I'm just
cereal.
trying to get some broccoli."
Right? I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm gonna text my wife right now.
Yeah.
That I just turned down swingers.
Yes. So where are you at? Now you're at a 3.
No, I'm at a 2 as well.
God, that was a long road for 2.
It was, but it's because, again, I'm not opposed to the lifestyle. I don't hang with that lifestyle to that degree.
To some degree,
now sometimes there's times where, when you hear a party and you're not really sure, right? You're like, because you go, hey, I'm just going to go to this party. It sounds like it's going to be pretty wild. But then if it gets too wild, it's like, okay, what time? You're like, we gotta go.
What kind of parties are you?
No, I haven't been to a lot of them. I'm just saying, like, come on, you know what I'm talking about. Like you've been to.
I haven't been to a party where I'm like, oh crap, this turned into a swingers party.
Not a swingers party. You're really hanging on to the swinger part of it.
I'm
really just talking about the free spirit, free. I don't care. Okay. This is what I'm bringing, and I'm fine. I stick my steel out there. I let everybody see it. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think.
Whew.
That this is for.
Okay.
Like, I think this is
a lifestyle choice.
A lifestyle, not just a can.
It's a lifestyle,
and I don't live that lifestyle. So I'm a 2.
Okay.
I enjoyed the contents. They are a little sweet for me.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be hard to get 24 ounces of this sweet down. But
you know what? Like this is Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah.
Badass older brother.
Yeah.
Like
it's not horrible, right?
No, it's the same thing, kind of. Yeah. Right. If you have any hard lemonade, but you put it in this thing, and it's steel,
and it really makes a statement.
Puts off a vibe.
This makes a statement.
This is a statement.
Puts off a vibe. Yeah. I think we're gonna call it that.
Yeah.
This has a vibe.
This has a vibe.
Awesome. All right. Wow.
I just wanted to do it justice because I think for the right person, this is
on
their
an
bread.
Easter episode.
This is their bread and butter.
You
brought this.
I know. On an Easter episode, though,
did you pray on it?
Yeah, I did.
Did you say, "Hey, should I really bring this?"
I did.
I was going to bring wine. I actually found a can of wine. I'm like, what's going to be good for Easter is we're going to do the wine. But you brought this.
This is what we got. Sorry, swingers on Easter.
I actually did see a wine, but it was bubbly. And I'm like, the last time we tried a bubbly wine, I got to get another mead in a can. That was fairly tasty.
It wasn't good.
The Vikings. Oh, it's the The mead. Come on.
I know
That's a
what
lifestyle too.
It is a
That's
lifestyle.
a Viking lifestyle.
Yeah, it is. Well, there's some meads aficionados. All right, so what do you want to do here? Do you want to do some more? What would you do if you had a Jesus lamp, or do you want to do some question and answer? A game?
Yeah.
You want to do?
a little. I'm getting
What are you doing?
the boards out. I forgot.
What boards are you getting out?
Answer boards.
We have answer boards. Oh, because we have to write. All right. My God.
I'm so ill prepared.
This is
Here's the answer board.
It's like
All right.
freaking amateur.
So
hour.
we're gonna set this up real quickly because we've done this in the past. Here's a dry erase mark. So in the spirit of Easter, we brought some candy. This is the candy that can 50-50 chance on whether it's good or bad. It's the jelly bellies that have a good taste variety, and the ones that look similar to it also are a terrible taste. And so we're going to answer a couple questions. We're going to pull one out randomly. Stephen apparently will go first.
Got one.
He's going to ask the question. The question is going to be based on a best guess. I think most of them are numbers, so that you guess a number. And whoever gets closest is safe. Whoever gets furthest away
Has to eat
from the
jelly bean?
actual answer picks one at random out of the bin.
It's not that hole you have to go up to, but you can't go over. It's
No,
just whoever gets
just
closest.
closest.
Okay, cool.
And hopefully it's enough known that we don't have to get the calculator out.
Great.
But I do
right.
like math, so I can figure it out.
I appreciate that as well. All right, so you ready?
Yes, we're gonna. So play along at home. We're gonna answer and write it on our boards. You answer in your head, or if you're writing it down, feel free.
Great. All right, so let's start with an easy one. What percentage of people die in their sleep?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because I think everybody wants that to be their thing.
I agree.
And it's like, all right. So since whoever read the question can answer first. 23%. Excellent. Okay.
Where do you think you're at?
I said 15%.
Oh,
I really hope it's way higher. But
holy crap! Have you read this answer before?
No.
It's 15 freaking percent.
yay!
Jesus.
I think you should have. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just only make you eat the one jelly belly.
Oh my God! I can't believe you got that on the nose. All right, so I have to spin this.
That's actually a little depressing. You just pick one out.
Oh, great!
That's spinning will take a little too much
Yeah,
time.
it's this orange one.
Yeah, so we have an orange one, and we can actually say that's either going to be barf or peach. And you let us know as soon as you figure it out.
It's freaking barf.
All right,
Oh God, it's barf. All right, keep going.
man, that's really depressing, isn't it? 15%. I mean, that's fairly low. I was hoping it was a little high. All right, I'm going to pick a question out here. What year did the Wimbledon tennis tournament switch from white to yellow balls? Now, do you think that's about the same time they switched from black and white TVs? Or this is a total shot.
Who would know? Because yellow balls and black and white TV days look white.
All right, I'm going to say. All right,
That
so
bar.
I started first. I'm going to say 1985.
I said 1987.
Oh my gosh! So really, if it's earlier, then I win. If it's later, you win. It's 19. Shut up. Check that for accuracy.
1986. It's right between us.
It's a draw. We were both 1 year off.
That is
in
priceless.
either direction.
Right. So you eat some barf.
I couldn't have made that up. I didn't lose.
I'm just
That's a
saying,
draw.
You should have.
I should have. You should have. Next question. Anytime.
Okay, so, sorry, that was so much delay, wasn't it? How tall is Darth Vader when wearing his boots and helmet?
How tall? Is this in the metric system or the royal? We're going
We're gonna go empirical.
empirical. That's right. I said royal.
Royal.
And all right. I'm going to say, all right. I have an answer. I've locked in.
Have you?
Yes.
I went with 5'10".
5'10". He's taller than that. I say 6'4".
6'7.5".
Yay!
Damn it.
I knew I lowballed it just a little bit because I'm like,
Is this the same kind? It's the brown one again.
ooh,
That
yeah.
barf was gross.
Well, it didn't come back up. So, peach or barf?
That's peach. It's the same one.
Nice.
All right.
Well, that's 50-50. It's working out as intended.
Agree. All right, cool.
All right.
What you got
What
for me?
year was the first Super Bowl? First Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, they talk about the Super Bowl era. And the Packers versus, maybe the Eagles. I don't know. I know the Packers were in it.
I'm sure.
Maybe if it was the Bears, the Packers won. All right, I'm going to say 1960.
I said 1957.
That's amazing how close our answers have been.
How close are we?
You got it. What'd you say?
57?
Oh, I thought you got it right on the head, but it was 67.
Oh, I was off by 10 years.
Yes.
You were off by 7 years.
Yeah, so you get to,
More beans for me. Oh, good. White this time,
It's
which
white.
could be...
I believe that's either dirty dishwasher or birthday cake.
That is 100% dirty dishwasher.
All right.
Oh, my God.
For a minute there, I was like, I think you got it on the head because the 7 stuck in my head. All right.
Had I known, I'd have changed my answer midstream. What is the average height of a carry-on luggage in inches?
Carry-on luggage onto the plane in inches.
My God, this dishwater's horrible.
All right. So we're looking for inches here.
We are.
Of a carry-on luggage. Average height, you say?
I went with 26 inches.
26 inches. I was just a yee bit smaller than you. I went 22 inches.
We are... Son of a bee. Friggin' 22 inches.
I got it on the head. You nailed it. Yeah.
I hate math.
Man.
I'm just kidding. There's no math in it.
Right on.
This one's this kind. What's this kind? It's like tan
it's
with
a,
dots.
Yeah, it's a brownish tan. I think that is either filthy socks, stinky socks, or tutti frutti.
Great.
Or that could be dead fish or strawberry banana. Those are kind of similar. They're tannish in nature.
Whatever it is not good.
I think that's the...
I've had 4. 3 out of 4 have been bad.
All right, so...
This is socks.
It's socks. Filthy socks. That is what he speaks of. All right.
Oh. Crap.
Did you read that one?
Yeah, it's on you.
Okay. All right.
God bless it. This is horrible.
How many gallons of blood do human kidneys filter each day? How many gallons
Of blood per day.
per day?
GPD. Gallons
Yes.
per day.
All right.
Those things are small.
But you have 2 of them, most people,
So is it just
Some
per kidney per day? Or is it
No.
both together?
together. Kidneys, how much do they filter each day? How many gallons? I'm assuming it counts, if it filters the same gallon twice in a day, it counts it as 2, because then it would just be how many gallons are in a human body.
Yep.
My guess was 1,500 gallons.
Why would you guess that?
Because it's a lot. It's like,
What in the hell?
Your blood pumps like all day. So I don't know.
I guess 7.5 gallons. We could not be farther off.
Right. We've been guessing really close to each other. This one is about as far off as possible.
Okay.
I mean, it's processing all day.
Just turn the card over because
All right.
now I don't even know.
Well, you're closer, but it's 47.5.
There's like 1,500 gallons.
Well, it's
Like-
one of those things where, like, I've heard that if you leave a faucet dripping
Oh, yeah, it
overnight,
drips. Yeah, okay.
and like you put a stopper in it, it would like overflow overnight because just the constant.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It has frequency on its side
Yeah.
versus
Time and frequency that you.
what color? You didn't even show it.
Yeah, it's
show it
sort
to
of
the
a
camera.
yellow and speckly.
God, I
Yep.
still have socks and dishwater in my mouth.
It's yellow, speckly. So
What's
this
yellow
is,
speckly?
I think that's the stinky socks or the tutti frutti.
What'd you get? Is it good?
It's not the good one,
Nope. Good.
and that is that's sort of a stinky flavor,
Great.
not tutti frutti. Wow. And that's because our bodies are underperforming what they should. They should be a closer to 1,500.
Agree. You want to talk about filtering? That's what I'm talking about. 1,500 gallons per day.
Yeah.
Whew. All right.
That's 24 hours. That's a long time.
What percentage of people who stutter are men?
How many stutterers are men? That's a really, really interesting question. All right. So, what percentage of stutterers are men?
I went with a 62%.
So, you think men are naturally more stutterers?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of men stuttering.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
So, I'm going to go with 50%.
Way to hedge.
I'm like, I think women have equal rights. I don't think men should be able to stutter more than they do.
You're wrong.
I'm a feminist.
You're wrong. I am right. It's 80% of the people who stutter are men.
Women, why aren't you picking up your
And this is, again,
Part.
why women's rights is stupid, right? Like, start stuttering more, picking up the slack. We got men over here picking up 80% of the stuttering. Get after it.
right?
What are you drinking? What are you eating now?
White with blue and orange speckles.
So that is either dirty dishwater and birthday cake, or it's
Oh, it's
That's-
terrible. Whatever it is.
it's dirty dishwater. There's no way it's not. It looked too white. Yeah, that one's
Oh,
bad.
Yeah.
I had that one. Good on you.
no
All right,
good.
it's on you now.
Okay. I've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, you're. I was really not doing well at the beginning, but I'm coming
Right.
on strong now.
I hadn't eaten any for the first
Yeah,
good majority of the game.
I ate 5 straight. I just kept eating them. I've still got the taste in my mouth. You can't get that crap
What
out.
size shoe would the Statue of Liberty wear? What size shoe would the Statue of Liberty wear? So, like,
So it's in inches because you figure men's sizes is kind of in inches.
is it?
But it's in women, and women isn't in inches. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I didn't even think the conversion rate of. I just was thinking of what a woman's
don't-
shoe is.
Yeah, like a
All right.
5 in men's is not a 5 in women's. All right, so
All right. So you have to write a number down. What size shoe would the Statue of Liberty wear? I'm going to say 420.
I'm going to say whatever this thing says. 970.
973. I said 420. The correct answer is 879.
I am closer, and you were eating.
Yeah, you are way closer. Oh man, you had 4 in a row. Now I've had 3 in a row. This is a
Yeah, this is back and forth. This is like a NCAA March Madness game. I
this
like
is
it.
whoever has the
You got momentum. I got momentum.
the momentum. Exactly, it's a game of momentum.
Oh, it's
so
on
this
me.
is I have red.
Oh, sorry. Let me look.
Red with speckles.
Red with speckles could be pomegranate or old bandages.
It's bad. It's
Old
bad again.
Old.
I am 100% bad.
It's old
Am I-
bandages.
Thank goodness I have the swinger beer to wash it down with.
What percent? Swinger beer.
Oh yeah.
What percentage of old people? What percentage of people over 100 years old are women?
You and this
I'm
male
sorry.
versus female
I
thing.
know. I'm on a gender bias issue.
All right.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
What percentage of people over 100 years old are women?
All right. Okay. I have an answer. I've locked in my answer.
Are you locked in for sure?
I've written it down. I cannot. No takesies, backsies.
No takesies, backsies. I'm the one who did it, so I'm going to go with 78. I think I said 78%. Yep, 78%.
Yes.
What'd you
and
say?
I said
90 because women live longer.
they live longer.
Crap.
So 90%.
You ready? Oh, crap.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, it's 80. It's 80%, and 78 is closer to 80 than 90 is.
Yes. And
I have won 5 in a row.
yes. And our math, that is correct. 80 is closer to
Winning!
78.
Oh my God, I haven't won so much in all my life.
I have just a straight white. I don't believe there's any specklies.
Oh, well, then you are
I'm
going
in fear
to.
for my taste buds.
You're going to eat some rotten egg. No, that's not rotten eggs. That's back to dirty dishwater. Or it's birthday cake.
We have run out of all good of these jelly
Is
bellies.
this nothing but dishwater? That dishwater is bad, and it kind of sticks around with you for a while.
I have 5 flavors in my mouth.
Yeah, when you have, I understand your pain. I had the first 5 jelly beans, right? So
Yeah, but you had a good one.
one
2?
good one and 4 bad ones, or
yeah.
3 bad ones.
Oh, I think they sway this game of jelly bellies. It's not 50-50 maybe.
Yeah, no, it's
All right. How many roller coasters are there in the U.S. of A?
individual
America!
individual roller coasters.
Yes.
Okay,
How many from land
Sea to shining sea?
to shining sea? From the mountains to the valleys. How many coasters can you ride? God bless a coaster. All right.
you're up first. How many roller coasters in the United States?
All right. I'm going to say I'm wrong. I regret this answer immediately. 109.
I'm going to go with 427.
Oh,
There's no way there's just 109.
but I thought of some of the like states like Hawaii. I mean, how is that? Alaska? They got a roller coaster, you think? So I was thinking 2 per state is a good average.
6 Flags
Right.
has it like
4, but we're making up maybe 4 and then 4 on the other. I don't know. I think, who knows? I know. Let's, instead of just,
I know who knows. You do. What's the answer?
that's right. The answer is 109.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's 756.
I knew I guessed low.
I said I regretted it immediately.
All right. Well, you're going to be regretting eating another one of these jelly beans because I am freaking crushing it.
You are. This is terrible. I was thinking so well of myself.
You went all red, dark red. You want to know what dark red is?
This is dark red.
Old bandages? It's got to be old bandages. It's old bandages or pomegranate.
Please be good.
Is it good? Nope. It's old bandages then.
This is not. If I don't get one,
I've at least
flavor.
got one. How many times per minute can a hummingbird flap its wings?
okay.
How many times per minute?
Right. Beats per minute. BPMs.
BPMs, beats per minute.
Much like the songs today where you try to match your beats per minute to your running pace. Don't runners do that?
Yep. All right.
Sorry, I'm having to drink some of this steel.
Yeah. I'm going
Steel
with
Reserve.
1,234. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just made that's good. I made mine 1000, 1000 even.
All right. So how many times we may have overestimated. How many times is it?
That's good for me because
Can a hummingbird flap
because
its wings?
you are more than I guessed.
80.
Per minute? You looking at the right answer?
How many times per minute? I don't understand this answer. How many times per minute can a hummingbird flap its wings? 80.
I win.
I have.
You have a I
I was
1,000.
1,100 off.
Yeah. I mean, well, I was thinking RPMs like my car.
I was too.
And those
I thought it was
hummingbirds, they flap
1,000
so
a second.
fast. They flap so fast.
All right.
Thank goodness it's not me.
Oh, it's pomegranate or vomiter.
It's red with sparkly. Look, you'll get the good one. Oh, you suck.
I got a good one.
All right.
That's pomegranate.
Let's do 2 more apiece. We're running up against time here.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
All right. Well,
All right. You do yours, I'll do mine, and we'll be done.
I said 2.
We got one more piece. I'm right by the Jesus lamp. All right, go.
All right. How many diapers does a baby use in its first year of life?
Holy crap.
First year.
Literally.
There is no not using a diaper during that time. I'm I'm gonna have to do some quick math.
I am
up
too.
here.
You're the one who loves math on this one.
So let's carry the 1 times and carry that one over there. All right.
In 1 year?
In one
Crap.
calendar year. All right.
All right.
You got a good answer?
No.
Mine is, because I read the 800.
Okay, I added 1,000 to that.
Yours is probably more correct. I didn't want to go too far over because I know it's a lot. But I thought when we were buying them, we kind of tried to make
I mean,
a couple of
there's
them less.
365 days in a year.
True.
And if you went through 3 a day, you'd
That'd
be
be
over 900.
True.
There's no way I'm not right.
I know. I just didn't want to go too high because
All
I
right,
thought,
what-
yeah, all right.
My
I was
Lord.
trying to lowball it a little bit.
Where'd you end up? What's the right answer?
The answer is 2,700.
And then you threw it on the ground. 2,700. All right, pick them.
Yeah, for those who want to be ultra precise, it's 2,750.
I guessed 1,800 and that was low by 1,000.
I guessed 800.
You were
That's
not even in the
first
realm.
week. All right, let's do this yellowy green one. I haven't had this snot. With,
Yellow and
whatever this
green is either rotten eggs or butter popcorn. Good
green.
names. Oh, green? I'm sorry. Did I miss that?
Pale green.
Oh, pale green. Hold on. That's either
I can't even identify.
juicy
it.
pear or boogers. Is it boogers?
I think this might be juicy pear because it's not.
It's not boogers.
It's not abhorrent,
Okay.
right?
It's
like
probably,
this is.
that's how you know. The first 3 seconds you go, is this going to really make me want to vomit or not?
Yeah, I think this
And
is juicy pear.
Juicy
It's-
pear. Perfect.
Yeah, it's not terrible. So
Awesome.
not great, but you know.
How long is a tennis court in feet then?
So is this the last? Oh no, you played tennis professionally.
All right, we'll throw that out.
So this is the last one.
This is the last one.
All right, make it a good one.
All right.
This is the last
Oh,
one
I like
for the
this.
audience at home.
How many people are killed in shark attacks
You like this one?
each year on average?
Oh,
Each year on average.
right. Average year of shark attack deaths. All right. In the world, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Didn't specify.
It didn't specify where.
United States.
I'm going with 12.
I went with 10.
Oh, we're close
and
again.
I felt like I went a little high.
I think I went high.
Yeah, right. I want to say it's probably closer to 5.
All right, how many? Where's the on average? 10. Damn, I was way high. I was double. It's 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say my gut was 5 or 6, but I'm like,
Crap.
hedge a little.
All right, randomly pick, and it's this one. Uh-oh.
I haven't seen that one before.
This one's like a weird brown. What is it?
It's a tan brown.
Tan brown with dots. What's tan brown
I
with
don't know.
dots?
I'm just thanking goodness that you got the last one.
I'll tell you.
This is what
Oh, it's gonna be bad. I can tell already. Yep, it's stink bug. God
Oh.
dang it!
and I think that's the worst.
It's horrible.
Oh,
Oh, it's so bad. It's real bad. I don't know if I can eat this. I'm trying to keep it away from my tongue.
all right. Stay tuned. Next week we're gonna do the Insano Habanero Fire Pepper Challenge. Although when we've given Steven hot stuff to eat, he just starts hiccuping.
There's nothing worse than this stink bug though. It's so bad.
yeah,
it is really bad.
I think that's the worst one in there that we've identified
Oh
so
yeah,
far.
it's
in
real
the-
bad. I can't swallow it. I can't. Oh.
All right.
All right, that's all I got.
Unlike the lifestyle of the Steel Reserve, he can't swallow. But otherwise, we found this hard pineapple to be pretty interesting in terms of
Lifestyle choice.
right, that we feel like it's a party
My
that we
God,
might
it's
not be cool enough to attend.
Yep.
And
Good on you
But
for
good
those
on
who
you,
that make
right?
this lifestyle choice of Steel Reserve Alloy Series.
yeah, it's Easter time. It's a time of self-reflection and what things you might change.
Yeah.
And so
Grab the lamp, find out for yourself.
think about those things. If you think of anything that you want to share, feel free to share it with us.
We have socials. So let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Would love it.
Let us know if you have anything in your cooler that you may think we want to try. We haven't said that in a while to give us suggestions. So those are always appreciated. And then enjoy the holidays. Enjoy spring breaks. Those are going on right now. I'm just trying to get you to a place where you can say
goodbye. I can't
goodbye.
even say thanks you.
Thanks you. It's that time again, and don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. It be the end, my friend.